Okay, hi, and welcome to Artistic Consultant Experience. I know I keep changing the title, and there's a reason for that. I mean, in this world of just taking in all, this is like information age, and you're learning about analyticals, and you're learning about the algorithms, and blah blah blah. And so I'm learning also not to spread myself too thin because I still like doing my passion, which is, drawing and painting, as well as poetry and sculpting and all that good stuff. So, but I also have a passion with helping other artists and artistic services, especially those who are just venturing out here or those who have found themselves kind of sliding back, falling back for whatever reason. There are multiple reasons today why um, the arts is taking a back seat, but there's also good news along that too, because there are other avenues that we can learn on our own, really, and that will help, pursue. And I want to use that will help us reach our perspective of success because that is what I'm about when it comes down to this SMMP, which is social media marketing and promotion. Now, I do enjoy the fact that you can get to know me as a real person, right? So, meaning I have feelings, I have experiences, um, all that good stuff. That's a part of being human. Okay, so that's first anyway. Now, I'm not really sure either right now because everything is so new as far as what I'm venturing out to do, okay, and keeping up with my platforms, my social media platforms and channels. And some of them may drop by the wayside as I go, okay. That's part of the experience and I'm having fun doing it. So and I invite you to do that too. That's part of what I love doing, which is encouraging artists in what they are trying to do out here, right? So no one wants to be a starving artist. And today we really don't have to be. There are so many avenues to take along this route that, can keep us from being too thirsty. It's just a matter of learning what those routes are. And so once again, I would say that, knowledge without application, is not powerful. So it only becomes powerful when you begin to use it and use it in an assertive way that helps you, right? That eventually helps others. So, okay, I said all that to say that this video is, oh, and if you want to read, find out more about me, check out the description. Hit me up on some of those URLs that I put down there in the description area. And if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, more so, um, you know, like it, like it, subscribe. What do you got to lose? Okay, other than to hit your mark of success along the way, right? It's very personal, but at the same time, I can help you. And I know I can because I've been there, done that. I have over 20 plus years in this field of the visual arts. I've worked with theater, I've worked with performance, I've worked with musicians, I've worked with painters and drawers. But you get my point. I've just been around in this field, and I've helped build work, studio, live, um, uh, avenues, I want to say. Sometimes I have so much stuff going on. Whew. in my head that I want to share and all of that. So sometimes I get a little tongue tied about. But anyway, I just wanted to try to give you a bit of my background. But at the same time, when you look in that description box, you'll find, places to find me and find out more about me. Okay. And that's important that you know who you're working with and who you're listening to. Okay. All right. Um, Also, one other thing is feel free to make a donation or contribution because when you do that, that helps me bring the best tools and resources to you, right? Because there are a lot of them out here that are not so visible, right? And you got to do your homework and you got to go digging deep and you got to make these connections and all of that. And a lot of times I know, like myself as an artist, I just want to create, really. Most of the time I really would just like to kick back and just create. But realistically, I know I have to eat, I have to pay bills, and sometimes I like treating people, you know, who's been good to me. So, on that note, uh, please feel free to make a contribution or donation to the channel. Okay, and check out my new website, by the way, also. Okay, there's some things on there that may interest you. And I try to be very helpful. Um, in regards to what I charge for what I do. And only because I know what I'm doing and I know how to help you. If you're struggling in a certain area, um, but I would say don't let the money be the reason not to reach out, because I will work with you on that as well. Okay. So, hey, you can't get good stuff for free. Where they do that at? Okay. All right. So now, um, finally, this video, and I always have my notes. What did I do with them? Okay. This video is how to get people to buy your art and artistic services. I told you I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to keep it at the 100. Okay. And it's not a misleading title because we're gonna definitely talk about um, how to bring interest to your work. But I'm approaching this in the most realistic way. Okay, and so that may be a turnoff to some people, but it is what it is. Okay, all right. So now, yeah. Okay, so now how to get people to buy your art and artistic services. I've not really mastered that understanding. I really don't believe that there is a way to make people buy your art, right? Your artwork or your artistic services. Because for one thing, not I found that not a lot of people are educated enough in the area to even respect art, right? And they don't understand the importance of art or the artist, right? So you really have to come from a background of understanding the significance and the importance of art and the artist being in the community, being in the world, what we give in the world and to the world. So and a lot of that responsibility to teach that it relies on the artist, right, to do that. So this is when we start art coalitions and art communities on and offline, right, to help cultivate and teach about the importance of art. And there's not a lot of that yet happening even today, unfortunately. And that is why the arts tend to take a back seat, especially in a lot of undervalued communities. Okay, art tends to just kind of take a back seat, and they're not really interested in teaching it, and that's unfortunate because you're really teaching art in an indirect way in just about any subject matter in school. You're still doing it, but you're just not making it the primary focus. But if you check the statistics, I'm not going to try to say that word again. But if you check, you know, check it out, the ratio of those uh, academic institutions and arts communities that actually um, integrate the arts and make it a focus in their curriculum, they really um, they pump out very independent minded people, or students, um, uh, because the arts has a way of leading us into various areas of our lives. We may not become an artist, but it was the art, having access to the art in that process helped us to get to where we really wanted to be in life, and as a career. Okay. So that's very important. And I don't know, reading, all of it started out pictorial, using pictures to um to connect with the text and all of that. So I'm not going to dwell deep into that, but I just wanted to say that on that level, we have to understand that art to most people is not a necessity. And so this is why a lot of the times the best art is not purchased. When you can look in an exhibit, when you attend an exhibit, or gallery, where they are selling work of artists, local artists, or artists from around the world, what have you. A lot of times you see some great art, and yeah, okay, the tag may be a bit expensive, okay, but you yourself as an artist may attend these art exhibits and stuff, and you may not make a dime back. But it's not so much as that your art is not um, sellable, or it doesn't have interest or anything. It has probably a lot to do with the venue, where you chose to show it. Okay, maybe your people, your target market is not there, right? Um, if you're selling landscapes, you know, well, and then this venue actually sells, I don't know, nudes, then you're probably not going to make any money there, right? Because their clientele, the people or the patrons that come in to for their venue, they like nudes, okay, and they're not really interested in landscapes unless the landscape contains a nude. Okay. So those things are important to pay attention to also when you're trying to get your work out there in front of people. You really have to take caution on pairing yourself up to see if you are a good fit. Does your work fit in with them, or with what they're normally selling, their genre, if you will. I hope that makes sense. Okay, now, so when it comes down to selling your work or your services, it's really about, does it resonate with the with with the clientele? Does it vibe with them? And if you ask people, ask yourself, you know, but ask anybody who, whether they buy art or not, but ask them, like, if you bought art, why do you buy it? And a lot of times you'll find out it's because it resonated with them. It's something about that piece that they really enjoyed. It's something about that piece that they like waking up to. It's something about that piece that they like, you know, being in their environment, right? It sets the ambiance for them. And so that's why people normally purchase artwork or artistic services, because it's something that resonates with them. And it seems like a no-brainer, but a lot of times we don't really think about that when we're trying to make that money. And so yeah, it's a it's a shot, you know what I mean? It's sort of like you're going to just take a risk and see if people are liking your work. And if they don't like it, it's fine, because it doesn't connect with their spirit. It has nothing really to do with your skill or your amount of skill most of the time anyway. It really just has to do with making that soul connection with them. Okay. And it's pretty difficult to create work um and not knowing how to create that vibe with the potential prospect. So that's why it's important to get out here and just start, making contacts and networking and asking questions, asking what type of artwork do they like, what type of artwork does the curator want, or what type of artwork is sold in this art gallery, on or offline. Okay, so you have to, if you are introvert, you're going to have to come about, and it is what it is. And you if you want to start making that money. Okay, all right. So now here are some a few other things to consider along the way. Uh, yeah, you want to show your best work. That seems like a given, but a lot of times we don't. And I've been guilty of this too. I'm out here at this point, I'm at this exhibit, and I'm looking at the stuff that I got, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I left that piece. Why didn't I bring that? You know, um, why did I bring this piece? Oh my God, you know, did I do this in my sleep? Or when you submit your work, right? You want to submit your best pieces. You just do. You want to submit the stuff that is not blurred, right? You want to your best photo forward, okay? And a lot of times the professionals who who are curators, art and art gallery owners and all of that, they pay attention to that. Okay. And it's like, well, if I can't really see your work, I can't make a good decision about if whether or not it is something that I want to bother, myself with trying to get it out there. So just keep that in mind too. You want to show your best work, and then you want to feel confidence, right? Um, So confidence is building your self-esteem. So you have to do things to build your self-esteem. That's the only way to that's the only way to feel good about putting your best foot forward, is to build your self-esteem. Now, how do you build your self-esteem? You build your self-esteem by doing stuff that you push yourself. You push yourself to come up out your comfort zone. Okay. And you find, even if you don't feel successful at that thing that you attempted to do, at least you can kind of give yourself, a pat on the back for trying, right? And if it didn't succeed this time, perhaps it'll succeed the next time. Sometimes it takes years. Like I said, I've been at this for over 20 years, and I'm just not really coming to the point of acknowledging what how I want to be of service in the world, right? How I want my work to be perceived, and how to convey my work and all of that in my artistic services. But I had to go through a set of experiences to get here, and in that set of experiences I had to push myself out. This is not a comfort zone for me, to be talking, to anybody, on camera. Even when I had to give presentations, solo exhibits and stuff like that, and very honored by, a university reaching out to me and saying, hey, would you come in and show your work and talk about it to the students here or whatever. And I'm like, oh, but yeah, but I push myself to just do it, right? And you got to get out of your head about what other people think about you. You're always going to have the naysayers. You're always going to have people who are hating on you, so to speak. These people are going to be. But if you flip that around and start thinking about, focusing on more about what you want to do, what you want, how you want people to see your work. Now, you don't make that real decision, actually, because artwork is very subjective. But you, as the creator, you're the one who, you're putting the spirit into that work. You're putting the vibes into that work, right? So you focus more on that part, right? Focus more on finding your target market. Okay, focus more on how the process of doing this, right? And so that's how you learn how to build your confidence, right? And so I'm building my confidence right now, even though I mean, like, I've had trolls, you know, and disgusting trolls, right? And you just I've learned how to block them out, delete them, maybe even report them, depending on how grotesque it becomes. You know what I mean? But anyway, um, you just move forward and focus on what it is that you want. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to see your work? Who do you want to work with and work for? Who do you want to network and connect with? This is where you want your mind and spirit to focus. Okay. I hope that makes sense. All right. And don't forget to hit that subscription button too. I tell you what, I just love these glasses, but I know I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and get some more. I have another pair. But that pair is to see long distance. Not that you care about that. Okay, so now, um, so we talked about seek out your target market, right? Now, how do you do that? How do you seek out your target market? Well, you seek out your target market by exploration, examination, seeing what works for you. So, okay, Instagram, check out other artists on Instagram that your work probably is similar to. Um, check out uh, how they connect with their audience, right? Um, feel, you know, go for asking them some questions. How did they, get to where they are? Okay, if they are at a place where you want to be, right? Reach out to them. Okay, which means that you have to, spiff up on your writing skills a little bit. But hey, it is what it is. Now you have your computer can check all of that stuff. Okay. Um, let's see. Also, uh, right, you want to attend those exhibits when that's one thing I like about LinkedIn. LinkedIn it has so many creative groups, right? And groups that contain companies of artistic magazines, right? So because now everything is pretty much going online, and it's pretty difficult. now to just walk into the gallery spaces and the art stores and all of that. So now a lot of these places are online. And so, you have to take the initiative to jump on that and start connecting to these people and reaching out to them, asking them questions that will help you land more opportunities. Okay. And these opportunities usually lead to jobs, and these jobs usually lead to money. Okay. And usually once you start, once you start to make these viable connections, they just keep coming, right? And so now your creativity of maneuvering, um, of learning how to connect, right? Now this has to kick in, okay? So, um, but do jump on, and Facebook have I'm connected to a lot of art organizations and I mean brilliant, extraordinary artists. Okay, and artistic services that assist artists, who, framing, um, social media, marketing and promotion, such as what I also set out to do, and they are wonderful people, right? But you gotta start doing that, or create your own fan page, create your own uh, arts coalition for your community, create your own arts club, right? And um, and you start to build on that, right? And that's a process too, which again I can assist you with if you contact me. Okay. All right. Now, let's see here. Also, oh, and once again, I stress getting your work out there and getting your connections with LinkedIn and Facebook, right? Because the movers and the shakers are really on those particular platforms more than you know, more than you know. Okay, and feel free to connect with me. All right, I left all that information in the description area. Okay, we talked about starting an FB page, and on your, if you, this is very important. OMG, is it important? Keep up with your posting, right? Keep up with your websites, right? I mean, like I've been guilty of it too, right? And but you lose out on vital opportunities to if when you do that, when you don't keep up. So don't create a whole lot of social media platforms and all of that if you don't have the time, to monitor them and keep up with them. It's nothing worse than someone lands on your platform and they have a question or something that they're looking from you for, and you don't get back to them. Their question is still there. Chirp, chirp, chirp. So that often kind of run people away, and people no longer um, find interest in whatever you're trying to do on that particular channel or platform, right? So just monitor. Don't do too many. Word from the wise. Don't you know? Um, Only stick with the amount that you can actually um, show attention to. Okay, very important. All right. Let's see. We talked about, well, and Instagram, of course, is another one of those platforms that artists should definitely be on. I I say have a Instagram account as well as Facebook, right? Those two. And depending on, and I would even suggest LinkedIn. I'm just a fan of LinkedIn. Wow, they should actually pay me something because I encourage people, to get on that because it's just a wonderful it's a wonderful platform, regardless of what artistic venture you're in or on. Of course, and start your YouTube page, well, YouTube channel. Start your YouTube channel, right? Uh, if nothing else, you can share your art and it's like entertaining people as well, but you're also informing them about you, and they have the opportunity to see your process. They have the opportunity to ask you questions. They have the opportunity to even um, pay you, right? Make some contributions or donations to your artistic talent. And so, but again, there's a process to that. But I would highly suggest that you find other artists that you respect, and join, subscribe to them, and that way you will have the opportunity to jump on their platform and and get to know them and connect with them, network with them as well. And you don't have to limit yourself to how many artists and artistic services that you subscribe to, but they should be something that brings you some type of value, and will help you along your artistic journey. Okay, all right. Let's see now. Now, once again, though, you can definitely hire a coach slash consultant, uh, which is who I am and what I do also. And I enjoy my job. I love it. Um, it brings me a great satisfaction to be able to help other artists, other creatives, um, to get on the right track, right? To get on their track. Um, and I always say this also, and I mean it from my heart, and one size does not fit all. Everybody's journey is a bit different. Okay. So my consultation, I usually, well, right now I'm giving like 30-minute consultation, free consultation to find out, your social media assessments, um, what you need to be doing right now, or what you should consider doing right now, and how to reach your target market, and encouragement, all that wonderful stuff. It's just wonderful to have someone that is around to help you do that. During my earlier time coming out here in the world, I didn't have that, and it may have been around. There may have been people there. I mean, like even in college, you have to uh, look up on the look up on that board, where that information board, to get vital information, right? Resources and sources and stuff like that. Because your counselor, they're not telling you any of these things. They're not regurgitating these things to you, whether or not it's because on purpose or not. But a lot of times you miss out if you don't take the opportunity to look up on that board and get that information and stuff, and actually follow through. So consider me like the board, you know. So yeah, if you are ready to uh, reach your perspective of success, then give me a call. I left my number. I believe I left my number in the description area, or I will do that. And you can give me a call, and I would love to take up that 30 minutes free consultation, and we could take it from there. And my website is also in the description area below. All right. So that's all I have for you right now. But I mean, I hope it was something of interest for you. I don't like to, I don't want to trick people with a title, right? But at the same time, I realize that this is something that the majority of artists, if not all, serious artists want to know. How do I get people to buy my artwork? And it's like you can't make anybody buy it. But what you can do is put yourself out there and um, learn the precepts from the professionals on how to uh, find your target market. Okay. And you take it from there. And once again, I'm here for you. And I really wish you the best creative regards. And I got some more stuff for you later. Okay. In the meantime, thank you for joining me. And hopefully, you know what? I'm going to get this creative. What am I working with? Creative editor, video making. Whew, this blows my. I tell you what. But I'm learning it. Oh, and also I'm coming out too with my YouTube channel. Just it's just about my art. Period. It's just about my art. And so I'll be sharing that shortly as I'm learning how to work with this new um, video maker editor stuff. Life is beautiful. It really is. Change your perspective. Okay, until next time, see you later, alligator.